Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you're from. Today we're going to bring you the second attempt at showing you, we got Mike here who got 14th at the Tennessee Regional with Veku slash Gogeta Br. So we're going to be jumping here in just a second and get him to show us his deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, take it away.
Tennessee Regional got top 16 with green Veku Gogeta. For those of you that don't know what it does, it's really small leader. This side swing, top 5 for Goku, Vegeta, or Gogeta BR. 6 or less gains 5k on swing. The awakened condition is 4 or less life, or when you activate an X evolve from your Z energy, to draw one, untap one. This side, when you activate an X evolve from your Z energy or a union from your hand, you draw a card, and then when it attacks, it draws one and gets 5k. So the leader can get a lot of value from just doing what the deck does naturally. It's a pretty good resource engine.
So core of the deck.
Got 4 and 4 the 1-drops. They are your standard turn 1 plays, top 7 searchers for Gokus and Vegetas. Most importantly, they're just fusion material otherwise, and for your 1 or 2 evolves that you'll play during the game.
For the evolves,
we've got 4 Goku and 4 Vegeta. These are your best targets. They have pretty useful effects throughout the game. Goku just kind of cycling cards out of your hand, and the Vegeta with spot removal. Spot removal is always valuable.
I like the 4-drop Goku a little bit better just because, like, later on in the game, if you're playing against a deck that can, like, constantly be removing your board, or, like, blue that plays out Cell and just keep eating your board and throw it in the drop, being able to recycle is a little bit there. So I was running a split on mine between the 3 and the 4 drops.
Yeah, being able to recur
your 1-drops with the 4-drop Goku is really nice. I have a tech choice in here that also helps me with that problem when people are just constantly clearing my board, so I can keep evolving.
Get to that.
I've got 3 of the 6 drop.
This card's actually really
high value. When you're on turn 3 or later, you can play it for 1. It's a 15k with double strike. On play, it gains 5k. KOs a 6 or less. And if you have a Goku and a Vegeta in your Z energy, it also draws a card, and you can play it from your Z energy. So it's actually one of the more valuable cards in the deck. It's got a lot of versatility. Always nice to just be able to stick out 1-cost 20k double strikers.
For
the fusions, I've got 3 of the new promo. It is a 1-cost to fuse. You have to discard a Goku and a Vegeta. You can't fuse from your Z energy like with the other ones.
It's a little
more costly on your hand sometimes, but it gets its value worth. It draws one when you fusion. Once per turn during your turns, when you combo, you get to draw a card, and then it can't be KO'd by skills until the end of your opponent's turn.
Really high value
against green and yellow meta right now. Everything KOs. Even against yellow, they can't. Even if they negate the skill, they still can't KO it since it's an already resolved effect. And then limit 1. Once you have 4 or more energy, you can tap 1 to play the 8 cost from your Z energy and give it dual attack for the turn.
And being able to just pay 1 dual attack double strike 35k, pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. One
energy for a card that's already replaced itself and got all of its value, and then going into a huge boss monster. Yeah, for sure.
And then I've got one
of the old 6-drop.
Nowhere near as good as the
new one, but there's a lot of times in the mid to late game where you just don't have the Gokus and Vegetas in your hand to discard for your fusion, but you've usually got plenty in your Z energy, so it's nice to have the option for this.
And then we've got 3
of the boss monster.
Just really powerful
boss monster. Again, can't be KO'd. On play, it KOs something ignoring barrier, rips a card out of your opponent's hand, deflect, double strike. You play it from the Z energy. Just really high value card once it actually hits the board.
Running 4 of the
Gogeta super combos. It's searchable with your leader, which is really nice. You fill your Z energy really fast too, so it's usually live turn 2, turn 3. Another reason we're running it is because we're running the Vegetas with it to grab back the super combos from the drop.
The Vegeta
has a bit more versatility in this deck than other decks, since it can also pick up your Gogeta fusions, since they are Gogeta BRs. Which is
pretty useful.
All things considered. And then
for tech cards,
I've got 2 of the Dispo, which is the tech choice I was talking about earlier. Your 1-drops or your board does get cleared pretty often in some matchups, and it is really important to be able to get back your 1-drops for more fusions. And this is a really solid way to do it. Doesn't cost you anything, no energy. You can just get 1 back and then immediately start evolving from your Z energy.
2 Koitsukai. Everyone's running
blocker negates. Everyone's got some floodgate of some kind. Koitsukai is really good at just preventing that, making sure your turns go through unhindered, or if they do need to play one of those cards that they're paying heavy costs on it.
Did you like normally just main Koitsukai, or did you put them in the main just for the event because it's best of 1?
I was always
maining Koitsukai, mostly because with the Goku evolves, it's draw 1, pitch 1, so you have pretty easy ways to filter it out of your hand already.
Okay.
Then 2 focus breakthrough.
Yellow's pretty popular. Stops Mecha, stops the Android 17 negate in blue. It's just pretty all around decent card. This would probably be in the side in a best of 3, but for best of 1, I figured I'd put it in more often than not.
Got 2 homicidal
clones. Everyone's running the block renegades. Just a good card.
3 of the new
green negate.
Having negates that you
can activate for 0 energy is just really powerful. So the fact that you can discard 1 and activate this negate attack pairs really well with your other negate,
which also costs 0.
1 cost. If you got the Vegeta and the Goku in your Z energy, cost 0. Limits your opponent to 2 attacks that turn. It's like a dormant that also negates the attack.
Really powerful.
Just the one overwhelm, more spot removal. I would be running the Vegeta over this if I had it, because 5k combo is 5k combo, but I don't own it.
And then for the secret rare,
we got Cellmax.
I don't know if it's the best choice for
secret rare for this deck,
but Cell Zeno
is kind of hard to reach 12 sometimes.
I wanted something that
could
straight out win games.
So I went with this.
The new promo, and you're playing more 8-drops and less 6-drops. I do think that Celzino might be a little bit harder to play, but like the old list that played like a 4 with the 6-drop. Lost your video.
Yeah.
Let me fix that. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, there we go. But yeah,
okay.
But now, like I said, and my list plays a few extra of the 4-drop, so like being able to do that, so like I said, because I played the Celzino, but I also haven't got the list updated with the new promo and stuff like that, so I'll probably switch over to something like Cellmax or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think.
I definitely think Celzino is a very strong choice if you could consistently make the 12. But I was running so few with the 4 cost that it was a lot harder for me to just go 8 and 4, and
you can't go 6
and 6 really because the 1/6 drop removes itself from the game, so you can't successor it away.
Is like the 1 cost Goku Vegeta one. It can't actually be used for successors. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
We will move on
to the Z deck. We've got one of the Z leader.
It's a pretty decent Z leader.
It loses the ability to draw on attack. In exchange, once per turn during either player's turn, you can get rid of a 5k or less combo, which is
really strong
when you're playing against decks that are running
zero
power super combos that gain 10k. As the current player, you can remove it from the combo area before their effect goes off. So that's really nice. And then you still get the option to draw when you X evolve or Union Fuse, or you can make your opponent discard a card. So a little bit of versatility there.
With the Z leader, when you EX evolve, you draw 2 and discard 1 instead of just draw 1. Right?
Yeah, you draw 2 discard.
Yeah, you draw 2 discard ones. You get even more card filter.
Running 2 with the Bulma.
It's
another good way
to make sure you're getting your 1-drops. You generate Z energy really easily. So
if you got the evolve,
not the 1-drop, she's a good way to find it. She also has a combo effect that when you attack with your Goku or Vegetas, you can combo a card from underneath it.
Never really
came up for me, but I feel like it's probably good with the new Gogeta. You just gotta find ways to sequence those turns correctly, I guess.
2 Frieza.
Good spot removal, deflect, double strike.
No complaints.
Just real no complaints.
And 2 Jiren. You generate so
much Z energy. This thing just eats unisons. You never have an issue with unisons in this deck.
Yeah, with the fact that you're like from turn 1, you're Z charging at least like 2-3 cards per turn. You're always gonna have like a million energy. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over to the side deck.
Over to the side deck.
One more of the new
Uneasing Awaken Rage.
Just
having the floodgates for those really aggressive matchups is nice, especially early on when they're aggroing you down super fast. So
one of those.
Got one of those.
2 deflection.
2 deflection.
More negates for those
aggro matchups. I expected a lot of the critical Gohan deck to be around, so you really wanted answers for that.
It's also
really strong into yellow because everything in the yellow decks is 4 or less with the Goku, the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too cunning.
And
3 of the
barrier Vegeta.
Just a little bit of blue hate.
I didn't expect to see a lot of blue, but I know Android 21's still running around, so it's nice just to be prepared for it, just in case.
Sure. Being a green player, the thing you hate to do the most is lose to blue.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hate to be like, I'm not going to see that, and then just run into the one and have it ruin your day.
I cited 2
Wrath of the Dragon.
Originally, this was going to be
the Vegeta Majin Defier, I think. Something like that, where you discard it and draw.
Majin Exterminator.
I
ended up lending them to my friend to play Green Gohan for the event, so I just stuck these in its place. Probably wouldn't cite it again. It did get some value in the Android 21 matchup, but I wouldn't recommend the card. Brienne, just for the early barrier removal. There's a lot of decks in the meta with the Frieza swap and Trunks Gogeta and just like Rogue combo where they have early barrier cards that you really want to remove to prevent them from getting high value.
Your other
barrier removal in green you can't play till your opponent's 3 energy. This helps in those matchups a lot.
Brienne is one of like my favorite promos that's come out recently. Just being able to, I know 2 is a lot, but you know you're green, you usually have to overpay for everything anyway. Just being able to just pay 2 and remove a barrier card is really good.
Yeah, it's usually pretty worth it.
So it's nice to have the option.
And then finally. Two of the
Gohan rares.
Not a bad card. I mean,
even just for 2 energy to kill something and then have deflect critical and your card can't be KO'd. It's fine against a lot of decks that just KO things right now. But
having the option
to just 1 energy remove Unisons is really good. But with Unisons kind of phasing out of the meta more,
didn't see a lot of
play this event.
That's fair. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the decks are moving away from the Unison builds, but. I guess I was just
with every color getting
more and more ways to deal with Unisons. They're definitely being phased out little by little.
Definitely. So, what did you say were your matchups?
I played against
in Swiss. I played against 3 Gohans,
Frieza swap,
Majin Vegeta, yellow Majin Vegeta.
But, you know.
Yeah.
What else was there?
Frieza swap in the round 1. I played against 1 Android 21. I played against Vegito.
That's all of them.
Gohan, Vegito, Android 21, Frieza swap, Majin Vegeta.
And then in
top 16, I played against Pan.
Yeah, my losses were
to Gohan and then Pan.
I think Pan's pretty slept on. She's probably like, in my opinion, one of like the best red decks out right now.
Yeah, she's
being able to put on that much pressure that fast is crazy good. The only reason she was overshadowed in the last format was because you had Sin and Gogeta running around. But with those guys gone, I definitely think Pan is contender for best red deck right now.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of whispers about like Pan probably being like one of the best red decks.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. And then you finished 14th overall, right?
Correct.
With the list?
Correct. I finished Swiss, and then I lost to Pan in the top 16 match.
Going forward, is there anything you would change in the deck?
I
think I would
add one more of the
promo.
Just making sure you have
that turn 2 feels like it's super important. And then I think I would cut the dispos completely, and then move the focused breakthroughs to the side. And then I would add some of the 8-drop Gohan Goku super rare from the new set, just as an additional boss monster and more barrier removal.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's nice to have cards that stand alone and that you don't have to set up combos with, because this entire deck is combos. I need to have the Vegeta and the Goku to Gogeta, and then the 8-drop Gogeta to go up from the other Gogeta. So it's nice having cards that get value by themselves.
Sometimes the stars just don't line up in the way they're supposed to, and you just still need to play some, big body.
Yeah, you still need to put pressure on somewhere, and it's a great way to do that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Again, sorry that the first video kind of got all jacked up. Is there anything else you want to add before we cut?
No. I think that's it. Shout out to everyone who I played against in Tennessee. All the nice, great people I met there. Event was run very well, and I can't wait for the next Top Cut event.
Awesome.